Hey y'all, this is Vanity. So I am in a learning process of doing frontals. So I figure I'd take you along with me on the ride. So in this video, we're going to be plucking a frontal. We're also gonna do my curly hair routine, and we're gonna apply this this frontal wig to my head. Okay, so stay tuned if you would like to see this video. So I was just showing you the frontal because it is really thick along the hairline. So right now I'm just parting out the baby hair, and I'm just going to do half the front of the frontal so that we're not here all day. So like I said, I'm just going to part out the parts that I would like the baby hair to be, and I'm going to start plucking behind that parting space. Okay? And people have their own way of doing things. This is how I'm learning. Again, I will get better with time because with practice makes perfect. So I just figured I should just show you, just the beginning stages of me learning to do this. So I'm just plucking. I'm not plucking in any particular way. I'm not going 1 2 3 pluck, 1 2 3 pluck. I am literally just plucking that hair until I can see a difference of the hairline, because the hairline is super thick. I know it doesn't look as bad when we're looking at it through the camera, but it is really thick. Like, this is a frontal you can't just throw on. You are going to have to do a lot of work. Okay, so now I'm just going to speed it up so that we're not here all day. But like I said, I'm just plucking, and as you could, just looking at it, you could definitely see it. I would rather you take your time than go fast, because if you over pluck, there's nothing you can do. But if you don't pluck enough, you can always go back in and pluck some more. So take your time, pluck that frontal, maybe wet it down, comb that hair out so you could get all the hair that you plucked out. Try it on, see if you need to pluck some more or if you need to work on certain parts, and just take your time with it, and I'm sure it will come out good. But I'm definitely not going to leave the baby hairs this thick. I'm going to pluck them as well because it's just too much hair. Okay, so moving on, I'm basically just going to show you, I'm brushing the hair out that I already plucked. Okay, you want to brush that out so you can see what the hairline is looking like. Okay, and of course I'm going to show you how much I got from plucking. Okay, so now moving on, I'm just showing you the curl pattern. I already washed the hair. This hair is freshly washed and conditioned, and I brushed the hair back, but I did not detangle or do the curly hair routine, so just stay tuned. Alright, so we're going to start off by brushing the hair from the ends, working our way up. And what that's going to do is that's going to detangle. You want to detangle the hair before you do your curly hair routine, because you don't want to go in it with your hair tangled already, because that's just going to make it further tangle whenever it does dry. Okay, and you want to get the best results and have the hair as defined as possible. I decided to go with a middle part, but I did switch that middle part up later, and I forgot to tell you about it, but I just didn't feel like the middle part worked. Okay, so we're doing the middle part, and I'm just using that tail comb because it gets in there as precise as possible. Moving on, we're going to start brushing that hair, and we're going to start from the root now that the hair is detangled. All we are doing is starting from the root and brushing it straight down from the rooter to the tutor. Okay, we're going to go from the root all the way down to the ends, and we're going to do that throughout the whole entire head. And what that is going to do is give us one uniform curl, well, similar uniform curls, and it's going to have a wavy effect, and then it's going to go into a tight curl towards the ends. And that's how I always do my curly and wavy hair. Okay, and now I'm just showing it to you after I am done. As you can see, it is very sleek. That hairline is very natural looking. It is not as thick as it was. And now I'm going to show you the shedding that I got from all of the plucking that I did to the frontal. Okay, so now moving on, we're gonna skip to me applying the wig to my head, and I'm going to try to lay these baby hairs down. Now what I did do is I switched to a C part because with the middle part it just did not look right. The frontal's hair, it doesn't start with a curl pattern. It starts straight and then it goes into a wave and then it goes to a curl pattern. So that did not look good, especially because the curls are very, very thick. Like, this is some big curly hair. I would recommend going down in bundles. I only have 3 bundles, but it looks like 4 or 5 bundles. It is so full. But what I'm doing right now is I'm trying to work on the baby hairs. I didn't want to have too many like of thick baby hair, so I only took a little. And keep in mind, this is like 6 o'clock in the morning and I'm literally on my way to take the kids to school, so I am rushing. So I promise to do a more detailed tutorial where I am going, you know, at a pace that is slower. That way I can lay the baby hairs even better, and my wig will be better, I promise. Okay, like I said, I'm in a learning process and this is the first curly frontal that I am trying to lay, so bear with me. Talk to me nice. Yeah, but I think it came out all right. I mean, it, like I said, I feel like it needs work, but I am doing this so that I could go back and look at it and see what needs work. So I am definitely bearing it all for y'all. So I hope you really enjoyed this video, but that is basically about it. I'm just adding powder, and now I'm going to tell you about the hair. Okay, so I am back, and I'm not sure if you've seen, but a few days ago I actually uploaded this video, but I took it right back down. That was an accident. I actually like to go and look at my videos a little later on just to see if I'm happy with it, and I just was not happy with the outcome, so I wanted to redo it. Okay, I just experienced like so many different things, so I figured I should definitely tell you about it in this video. Okay, so let's begin. As you can see, the top of my hair is curly, and that is curly now, and that's because I went back in, re-wet the hair, and I applied the Lotta Body with coconut shea oils. This is a foamy mousse and it's very, very good on the hair, especially when you're doing a style with curly hair, because it doesn't make it like, you know, really, really hard. It did give it a little bit of crunch, but I guess that's just to give it a little form. I feel like it looks way better now than it did when I first uploaded it, because the hair was very, very flat on the frontal. I'm noticing that by dealing with frontals, things are a little bit different from when you're using like the normal closure. When you lay the hair down on the frontal, it's literally going to stay slicked down. So I would suggest when you do my curly hair routine, even after you finish combing all the hair, brushing all the hair down, go back in and just scrunch it up a little bit at the root so that you still have those curls at the top, because girl, it was so straight and then like a wave and then a curl, and it just did not look right. This is a lot of hair. I don't even have all of the hair to the front because it's that much hair. So I would definitely recommend 2 bundles and a frontal. Just gonna pull everything to the front. Look how full that is. Like, that is full. I would recommend that if you are working with a frontal, that you do not lay your baby hairs without applying alcohol first, because your makeup will go directly into it and it's going to look brown, it's going to cake up, and it looks disgusting. And I'm just telling you about my learning process. I did that and it just looked horrible, so I went back in with the alcohol, I cleaned it up, and yeah. Also, this frontal, the hairline, I had to cut it because it was just too like Eddie Munster looking for me. It was just like very rounded. It went all the way back, like a receding hairline. So I did go in and I cut some of the frontal's lace in the front, some of the hair as well, and then I went back in and I created a little bit of baby hair. So basically I reconstructed the hairline for it to fit me personally. All right, but this is what it looks like. And I don't know if I gave you the specs on this hair, but this hair is from DSoar hair. I actually did an unboxing. If you want to see what it looks like when I first got it, I will leave the link to that video down in the bottom bar. I did just want to share with you the process of me learning what works and what doesn't work for curly hair, because like I said, this is my first curly frontal, and I can definitely tell that working with curly hair and doing a frontal is a little bit more difficult than when I'm doing the straight hair frontals. And I just wanted to share that with you just in case you were wondering. Okay, it has its cons and its pros, but I think, like I said, with a little bit of time, a little bit more practice, I will, you know, learn what works and what doesn't work, and I will get better and better with time. So that is it for this video. I'm gonna have the links to this hair down in the bottom bar. It is absolutely beautiful. It kind of looks more on the kinkier side, even though it's not a kinky curly. It kind of has like a little texture to it. It is super duper soft. It does get a little bit matted back in the back because I have so much hair. So like I said before, I would definitely recommend that you go down in bundles, because you honestly do not need 3 bundles with the frontal. Okay, so let me just do a close-up of what this looks like. Like I said, I think I will get better with time, but I think it came out pretty good for this to be my first curly frontal.